let's jump right into how we met part 2, which is, like part of the breakup series. I guess you want to say that. This is season 1, episode 2. If you want to see it as a series, then it is. But this is how it went. Let me clarify something though, because yesterday I did say in part 1 that he called me in 2023. He actually texted me and called me. We started talking in 2022, December of 2022. So just a small clarification, just to keep things in chronological order. So we talked for a short period of time, and then we kind of faded off. Like, I didn't go to New York. I didn't help put up the tree. I didn't go out on the date because I had other stuff planned. I really had other stuff planned. And I really wasn't changing my plans for him because, I was like, yeah, we're just, why? I can't even think of a reason, but like, it's just not, why? Why should I do that? I already had plans. I'll see you at some point, maybe. I wasn't really pressed. So eventually our conversation starts to fade, because he's thinking, I'm sure, that I really don't mess with him like that. I'm really thinking like I'm doing other stuff. I didn't really feel good for a minute. I was chilling. I was off my assignment. It was cold outside. And I was just really just having a great time being by myself, being me, just like fully being me. And I just was loving it. I had my glow back, and I was feeling amazing. Then Christmas came and went. New Year's came and went. January 10th, I realized that I hadn't called. I had really been consumed in doing other stuff, and I didn't call or text or nothing to say Happy New Year or Merry Christmas. And I said, crap, let me call. A little voice inside of me. You didn't even call. Go ahead and call. And I said, he's not going to answer. And that voice said, call anyway. And I called. And he didn't answer. That voice said, call back. So I called back. And he answered. And I was like, oh, okay. And I said, listen, I'm so sorry that I didn't call you and say Happy New Year or Merry Christmas and all of that. So, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And he kind of chuckled and he said, well, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you. And he asked me if I was ready to come over. And I was like, yeah, I'm ready. I'm good now. So he was like, well, I'm in Tampa. You gonna come to Tampa? I was like, oh yeah, sure. In my head, I was like, what? Like, here we go, traveling for these niggas. That's what I'm saying in my head. But because it wasn't like that with us, I felt like, but if nothing else, we'll be friends, So I did not get a ticket. I looked at the tickets, and the Tampa flights to Tampa or anywhere on the day that you want to fly, or even the next day, super expensive. So I called him. I was like, I ain't gonna be able to make it. Tickets are high. So he got me a flight. I went to Tampa, and when I tell you, I had the most amazing time. The most amazing time. I don't even want to get all emotional, but I had the most amazing time. I think we had an amazing time together. Even my stink gang, even my baby, she had a great time. We was on the beach eating fruit and just chilling, and it was hot. And this is January, and it was hot, and it was just so great. We laughed, we joked. I was tipsy off some wine. Man, it was just great. The communication. When I say communication is everything, the communication between us was just everything. The talking and getting to know each other. Like, there's nothing better than getting to know somebody like the authentic them, which that's who I thought I was getting to know. But and it could have been him at the time. People change. So I'm thinking I'm getting to know the authentic person. Well, whatever the case was with him, I don't know, but I'm gonna say with me, I was the authentic me as always. I always come in as me. I ain't nobody different. I'm always me. But I had the most amazing time. I can't express it enough. It was just, it was so great. I wish I can go back to that day, those days, those 4 days, and just. Anyway, we had such a great time in Tampa. Then we came back home together. We walking through the airport. It was so cute. He was rolling my bag, holding the leash from my dog. I was like, look at this, look at that. Like, and I just to look, like, he got this swag about him when he walked, and it was just like, damn, and like, damn, that's that was so attractive to me. Probably more than anything else about him. Like, just that his walk was everything to me. I was like, it's the little things, but that walk just was like, that walk literally commanded like attention. It said like, I'm the shit, I'm a boss, it's something about that walk. It is just something about the walk of a man, not every man, but that man that really had captivated me and made me feel like all tingly inside. Just the walk. I know it's crazy, right? But that was it. And I was like, damn, he got that swag. I was like, yeah. So, it just felt great, and that it was everything to watch him walking in the airport, rolling my bag and holding my dog. I said, look at this, already taking over. So we get home, back to Maryland, and I go home, he go home, and he's like, all right, you coming over? I said, I'm gonna come over. He said, you ain't gotta go out with your girlfriend, you don't have nothing else to do. I said, I don't have nothing else to do, I'm coming over. So I went over. I think we went out to dinner, or we went out somewhere, maybe, I don't really remember, but I do know that before I left to go home, he kissed me. Why? I melted. I literally melted into pieces. I was like butter. I melted. I was like, oh no. And I mean, the swag and the kiss and, just the vibe that I got when I hugged him or touched him or was in that close of a proximity of him, it was just so great. So I started to feel something, that I didn't feel in 2021, but I started to feel something. I was like, okay, I'm feeling it. And then, what happens after the kiss? So we're going to leave that PG because I know my kids is watching. So I go home. And I'm going to Spokane. I'm going to work. Like I said, I'm going to Spokane the next day. I'm going to work. I'll be there for 3 months. I'll see you when I get back. We get to keep talking and communicating and all that. But, whatever. I just felt like we was friends. And not friends with benefits. I wasn't doing that. But I did feel like we was friends. And I feel like, that maybe a little bit more than friends. But it was just an amazing time. It's so hard to, I can't even get it all out. It's a lot of feelings and emotions that went into that moment of meeting and, just coming together. It's just so much. So that's part 2 of how we met. And after I got home, after, I left for Spokane, we'll start with Spokane. So we got Maryland, Tampa, Spokane is up next. Stay tuned. Just stay tuned. I know. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in and listening to my story, because it's really, the breakup has been a little traumatic, but telling a story is really also a little, as you can see, a tearjerker for me from time to time. But I feel like I need to tell my story and just say what I have to say. It's therapeutic for me.